Hi there, and welcome to another FPV guide video. I'm of course Bo Lorentzen, and I'm here today with Pete Mauro from the Drone Squad. And what we're going to be looking at, I should reach out and grab this box, is a brand new timer from Team-BlackSheep.com. But it's not just hardware, it's also software.
That's right.
And what this does, and I can tell you right now, if you are an FPV guy, if you're flying anything FPV, goggles, racing, you're gonna end up buying one of these things. I'm totally stoked about it. And what it basically allows you to do is compete against yourself. It's gonna tell you how you improve your times, how long your lap times are, and if you have got multiple friends, which I sure hope you do, each of you guys can have one of these. You can set them up next to each other, and with them next to each other, you're able to compete, and your cell phone will tell you who crossed the line first, in no matter how many laps you're doing. Did I get that about right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, Pete, now I came up to the bottom line.
Right.
How does this really work?
So the great thing about this is it's a universal system, and it uses a new technology. So before today, if you wanted to see how what your lap times look like, or kind of measure your performance, you'd have to buy like these really expensive infrared-based timing systems. But Team-BlackSheep came out with this device that actually measures your time by listening to the RF signal. So you just place this at the start-finish line, and then when your drone flies over it, it listens to the channel that you're set on. So if you're on Fat Shark 1, it will monitor that and keep track of every time that happens. It connects to our Drone Squad app over Bluetooth, and as you're flying, it'll stream the lap times and announce them to your phone. So it's universal. You don't have to attach anything to your drone, and it's only $60, so everyone can afford to get one.
How much is the Drone Squad app?
The Drone Squad app is free.
So it's really only $60.
Yeah, it's only $60.
Now, how do you charge it?
So it just charges with USB, and the battery is huge. It's like a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. It'll last all day long.
So this is, so we're not gonna it's not gonna stop halfway through?
No, not at all.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
When do these start shipping?
So they're available now. Yeah.
So hop online, and we get these from
Team-BlackSheep or any Team-BlackSheep retailer.
Team-BlackSheep.com. You're able to pick these up, or hopefully at your local drone hobby store.
Yeah, the TBS RaceTracker.
So that's like the breakdown, but let's go through, how does this really work?
Sure.
So we take this out of the box, and we're gonna pair it with a phone.
Yeah, so the first thing you're gonna do is turn it on and tap and hold the button, and it's gonna go into pairing mode, which is see the pulsing lights. Maybe you can hold that for me.
Hold that.
And then you open up the Drone Squad app, and you just say start a new time trial session. So you just tap this button here, and it's going to say, hey, you need to pair the RaceTracker. So we're going to go ahead and tap the pair button, and it's going to be scanning. Every one of these RaceTrackers has a unique name from the factory. It's just a color and an animal. So it's discovered brown eagle, and that's this guy right here. So I'm going to say connect.
Which, of course, this is a prototype because this says brown donkey on the bottom.
Yeah, it's got its animals confused. So it's connected to that RaceTracker, and you can see the battery life and some other things. So I'm going to tap on that to set it up. So all you do is you set the channel number. So we're flying on Fat Shark 1 with this tiny whoop, and then you can calibrate it to set the gate size. So what you would do is you would take the tiny whoop. And this is something you just do the first time, and if you're flying through a gate that's maybe a couple feet wide, then you hold it 2 gate lengths away, hit the calibrate button, and now it knows kind of the area that it's looking for you to fly through. And that's the sensitivity, basically.
So you basically set a bubble when you calibrate it, how close it should be before it even gets considered.
That's right. So you're thinking of it as a bubble. So if you have like a really tight tiny whoop course, you set the size of the gate, and then you can also set the minimum lap time. So it won't get confused if you have maybe, say, 2 gates right next to each other.
But the other thing, and we were just talking about this, the accuracy is really surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of skeptical going, RSSI is 5 bars. I mean, you couldn't be 100 yards travel to change 1 bar straight.
That's right.
And you're
yeah.
obviously much more accurate than the 5 bars.
It's extremely accurate. So there's someone that actually just last week released a test, Ross Kirker, Rec, who's one of the top pilots in the world. He did a test of
Is that a video up on YouTube?
Yeah, it's a video. You can link to it maybe.
So we'll try to get a link below here in the description where you can click and you can check out the test.
Yeah, so he thought it would be interesting to see how this would match up as far as accuracy. So what he did is he set a GoPro up at 60 frames a second, and he set it up on the finish line. He set this up, and he was able to measure exactly when the drone passed the finish line and compare that calculation with the RaceTracker. And at 60 frames a second, it basically fell within the error range of a GoPro. And so that means you would probably...
It fell within a 60th frame.
It was within a frame. Yeah.
So, I mean, at that accuracy, I don't think there's going to be a lot of squabble about who won.
Yeah, I mean, so it would be interesting. I'd love to see if someone went to 120 or 240. And actually, no, he was at 120, I think. I think it was 100. Either way,
but he
had it on super slow motion, and it was, we're talking about hundredths of a second, 1/100th of a second.
So let me power this up, and let's really quickly set up a lap here. I'm not gonna...
Sure, so I calibrated this already, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this. So what you can do, so we have the new time trial session. We started one already, so let's go back to the one we started.
Let's show me here on the... Let me see the iPhone, see what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
So you are...
Yeah, so I'm going to pick a new flight. And we're going to say this thing is plugged in. I'm going to say start flight. And so now we're doing a flyover mode. So basically the race starts when I first fly over it, as opposed to a shotgun start, which would be like a 3-2-1 situation. So look at the lights on the RaceTracker. When I go over, you're going to see it change. And so now I've started the race. So I haven't technically done a lap yet. That was me crossing the start line. And so now I'm going to go over again, and you see the lights change.
Lap 1, 11.06 seconds.
And the time is announced.
That's pretty good. I'm usually slower than 11 seconds.
Lap 2, 7.54 seconds.
All right, there it goes again.
Lap 3, 7.21 seconds.
Awesome. You're getting faster.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah, I know. Like that.
If I can only fly with my hands.
Swinging your arm around
Lap
your
4,
head.
8.15 seconds. Lap 5, 3.08
so,
seconds.
So what'll happen
Best
is...
time.
Now, I think actually right now we hear a couple of click, 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 click coming in. And the other thing that I don't think you set up, because you have a minimum lap time.
Yeah.
Which is actually a cool feature, because what it means is if you have a figure 8 or something where you're starting in the figure 8, but it's only going to be 10 seconds till you come back. So you could set it to 20 seconds as your minimum lap time, meaning that if the pilot crosses again in less than 20 seconds, it doesn't get registered.
Right. Yeah, because some tracks are set up such that maybe the gates are kind of close, and so we want to use that to prevent false triggers.
But you could start in the X of a figure 8 basically.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
So there is some additional tools in the software here to make this very practical.
Yeah,
now,
and it's easy to set up.
Let's talk racing real quickly, because some of you guys out there, if you guys need one of these for yourself, that's the simple thing, because I want to sit at home flying between my plants with my Teeny Whoop and know how much it affects my racing when I improve my turn.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you before, I was talking to Jesse Perkins, who is using this, and he said within the first 5 minutes of using it, he was already changing his style of flight based on the feedback he was getting, because he was hearing how his lap times were changing depending on how he took corners. So
well, the great thing here is you can try something, and it will immediately tell you that
feedback
sucked, but that was good.
Yeah, because how else? I mean, this is like, it's crazy that we're all flying, these drone racers, and 99% of us have no idea actually how fast we're going or how good our lap times are.
We could do a quick race here because we have this one and we have another one here. So we could break these out and use each our phone to manage these. But the one thing we don't have is we don't have them all on one screen.
Right. So important thing to understand is it's one tracker per phone right now. And we're looking at connecting multiple trackers together into a race mode, so it'll collect all the data at one time.
So that's probably going to come in the future, but I don't want to rush you on that.
Yeah.
But there is already going to be a race kit for this with 8 receivers in one.
Well, the Team-BlackSheep has another product called the Event Tracker that they announced a couple weeks ago, and that's really meant for big races or large race clubs. That's a $1,000 product. This is something that really anyone can go out and afford to buy and mess around with in their house or their backyard.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I want to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I need that. That's
Right.
how to improve my own time when I'm flying with myself or with a couple of friends.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're running a race,
Yeah.
outright race, and a big event,
Yeah.
then you probably want to go for the $1,000 option.
Yeah. Exactly.
The $1,000 option, does that also play in with Drone Squad app?
Not yet. I mean, we're looking at it, but
Well,
not
I
yet.
mean, you guys, was it last year you started?
yeah, about a year ago.
I mean, this has gone so fast.
Yeah, we're really
So-
excited. We're really excited. You know, our goal is to connect pilots for fun and competition. This is a big piece of it. You know, the goal of our app is to help pilots find other pilots to fly with. So when you download Drone Squad and open it up, it'll show you local FPV groups nearby. You can join them, see what events they have. And it's a great way for new pilots to find people to fly with, or, you know,
So going on
The
your,
races.
is it Android and iPhone?
it's iOS and Android, and all you have to do is search for Drone Squad. Maybe you can link it to.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a link down in the description again. Why don't
Yeah.
you send me a link to both the apps?
Yeah, for
We'll
sure.
put that in the description.
Yeah.
Because it's a free app. It's a no-brainer. Go get it.
Yeah.
And frankly, if you're into it at all, want to be racing, this is also a no-brainer. So Pete, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming out and
Yeah,
showing
thanks
me
for
this
having me.
today. We're gonna be trying this out with a couple of teeny whoop races, and I'll definitely give you some feedback on how this all works out.
Definitely.
So subscribe, stay tuned for more, and go check out the Drone Squad app on Android or iOS.
That's
if
right.
I could say that right. Thanks, guys.